This morning, as I was just contemplating and what I was going to share with you guys today, this just came right up in my heart, is about home. You know, we're learning in Peter about the divine nature, and I'm asking you to watch Kyle Idleman, Right Now Media, in 1 Peter. He talks about how we're sojourners. This place isn't home. And that was brought back to the thought of David in wanting to make a home for God himself. A place where it wasn't just a tent, but it was a beautiful cedar home like he was now living in. In fact, I'll read it to you. It's found in 2 Samuel 7. When King David was settled in his palace and the Lord had given him rest from all the surrounding enemies, the king summoned Nathan the prophet. "Look," David said, "I'm living in a beautiful cedar palace, but the ark of God out there is in a tent." Nathan replied to the king, "Go ahead, do whatever you have in mind, for the Lord is with you." But that same night, the Lord said to Nathan, "Go and tell my servant David, this is what the Lord has declared. Are you the one to build a house for me to live in? I have never lived in a house from the day I brought the Israelites out of Egypt until this very day. I've always moved from one place to another with a tent and a tabernacle as my dwelling." And it goes on, and you can, again, do some more reading in 2 Samuel. But the point of it is what is God himself is showing us that we're sojourners here. This isn't home. And David has this passion because he's living in this beautiful palace, and he thinks that God should have this beautiful palace where the Ark of the Covenant could dwell. From the very beginning, God has been saying to us that his home is heaven, and that earth was supposed to be a shadow or a type of heaven, and we were in charge of making it that way. So I guess what I'm trying to share with you is that we need to create this space, and where in our marriages, with our families, in our church, our community, where God himself can walk in that space, and it would be a place where, like the Ark of the Covenant was walking in, it isn't home. This isn't home. But it could feel like home. It could be a place where we're preparing a way of residence for God, because we're literally making that space to say, "God, this is a holy place. I love you. I invite you in." And it's important for us to also realize that this home can never be perfect, but God can do a perfect work inside of our lives. Try, for a moment, just stop trying so hard to perfect everything on the outside. Whether it's a physical home or whether it's your body or whatever, that's not going to happen. But what you can do is invite perfect God inside of your heart and let him do a perfect, wonderful work inside of you.